So now we understand the concept of duality, polarization, differentiation that would describe to us the parameters in which we manifest our reality and our experiences here in this planet in this time. And so we can apply the same argument and look upon what would happen if we exhaust even all the experience that would be available to us in between the polarities, in between the dualities, and between hot and cold. We've experienced what it means to be very, very hot, hot, not so hot, not so cold, cold, very fucking cold, and all in between. And then what happens when we've even exhausted all the spectrums of um, different ways energy express itself, light, darkness, male, female, masculine, feminine, um, and it goes on, right? And we've exhausted even all of that. Then what? Then we would stumble upon a third point of existence, a third point of expression within the energy idea, uh, that we would have a point of balance, right? And that would be the third point. So in any one spectrum of two polarities, right? Two dualities, there would always be a balance point in the middle, right? And at the balance point, the experience is neither like any of the polarity. For example, if we have heat and we have hot and we have cold, at the balance point, at the center, it would be lukewarm. It would be room temperature. So it would be neither hot nor cold. And so what it is actually a new experience that is unlike either or the polarities of a single spectrum of expression, right? So what happens is there's a new dimension of the whole experience of that said spectrum, right? And then from that point of singularity, of new singularity, boom, would there be a polarity of that said spectrum? And from that polarity, what sort of balance point would occur for it to create a new sort of polarity? And this can go on and on and on, and this would be the idea of what scientists and spiritualists understand as the concept of multiple dimensions and densities and existences. You got male and female, you've got androgynous and stuff like that, and it goes on and on and on. So at the third point of existence, the balance point is where again we are given the opportunity to create a new experience unlike any other. And so this is the next universal law uh, that is explored in Chunky, and that's the law of balance. And the balance point being the point of creation, and so and symbolized by the number three, which also happens to represent the idea of creation. And that's why I emphasized on the earlier fact that um, the principal sound signature from the Vedic culture of Aum um, is actually Aum. And that would, in a sense, describe the idea of what most of the world would understand as the Holy Trinity of energy, whatever. So, yeah, next video. Stick around.